Hello, we're here. Hello. Hello. Sorry, I'm all
Hello.
fuzzy and I don't know why. Oh well, whatever.
Fuzzy.
It's fine. We're just gonna be fuzzy today.
Everybody's a little fuzzy.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It is what
natural.
it is. Anyway, thanks for joining us for session 80 of Bishwalkers. Holy shit. It's been a minute. But speaking of that minute, we're off the next 2 weeks because I'm going on vacation. And then we might be back for 1 week, and then we're going on December holiday vacation. So there will be some other stuff going on, much like what we did with Spooktober, except it's going to be replacing our regular stream schedule. A bunch of one-shots, a bunch of guest game masters. You're going to see a couple of returning games. We've got Forge of Eons 2 slated, as well as Bankar Brouhaha, like a one-shot with those characters. Oh, it's a 2-shot. My apologies, a 2-shot for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's still going to be some familiar energy and vibes, but we're, going to take it easy because life be lifing. Right, Cedar?
Life is lifey sometimes.
Life is lifey. Jared will be joining us at some point. I don't know when. But he'll be here. For now, though, our sponsor for tonight is Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code TheVectaire, all one word, for 15% off of your order. And you can check out our merch shop at tinyurl.com/vacmerch. I haven't taken them down yet, so if you want a Halloweeny thing, you can do that until I get around to taking it down off the shop.
You said thing.
Yes, I did. Scheduling wise this week, we've got The Wasteland Saga at 9 p.m. on Wednesday, Song of Crystal and Shadow at 8:30 on Thursday, Fixies 5 on Friday, Backpackers Guide to TTRPGs at 7 p.m. on Saturday. No, we don't have Legacy of Fire this week. It's the other one, isn't it?
It should be Vaesen this week.
Vaesen, yes.
Isn't Norse time this week?
Yes, it is Norse time this week. So we don't have Legacy of Fire this weekend because I'm going on vacation, as I said. And because I run the stream and did all the shit, Chair is taking time off from Legacy of Fire to run a couple, like a 2 or 3 shot for Vaesen, which is a new 3-shot. Well, he said possibly 2. So
yeah, it depends on how fast we get through it.
Yeah, 2 or 3-shot in Vaesen, which is a new game from, I believe, Free League Publishing. I think so.
Sorry?
Yeah, because they sent us a thing. So it's from Free League. It is kind of Call of Cthulhu vibes, but Nordic in nature. It's going to be really cool.
Thrudvang?
Vaesen. That's the game.
You're vasing me crazy right now.
It's like,
yeah.
It's like the Monster Hunter game we did, but set in the 1800s.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Sweden or Scandinavia.
And you know what? That actually works out really awesome because Maggie's dice pick of the week is Norseman.
Hey, Avi, ask me what my dice pick of the week is.
What's your dice pick of the week? The
Norseman?
thing that I just said. Yes.
Do you know why?
Why?
Not because of that. Because I did not find out about that until after, but it works really well.
Yeah.
The dice are red and blue, and they have golden numbering on them, and they have this cool, almost runic font, and it looks really dope, and they look really sparkly too.
I like runes.
Yeah, they're actually really cool looking. Ryan actually just got a whole bunch of sharp edge dice, so go check it out. Use our code.
What is our code, though?
I said it already.
I forget.
TheVectaire, all one word.
At checkout?
At checkout.
For?
Some numbers.
Canadian Dice.
Some kind of percentage
off.
Some percentage.
No, usually it's 15% off.
Yes, that is correct.
That's how many.
That is accurate.
That is accurate.
You know what? Get off my dick.
No.
Okay. Fine. Stay there. I don't care.
Oh, that's dirty.
I know. Where we left off last session, the party had descended, well, not descended. They'd been dragged down
I know what you're talking about.
via sort of a modified plane shift to end up beneath the windmill, the Old Bonegrinder, where they faced off against the enlarged coven of hags that had taken up residence and had been killing children.
It was the parents' version of banishment. Sends them to your room.
Sure. Not relevant, but sure.
That's bad.
That was bad.
Yep.
Ultimately, what had brought them here in the first place was Sly, as she'd made a bargain, whether she remembered it or not, with the bagman, who wanted his sister dealt with because her coven was out of control. Now, hag lore generally says that covens don't exceed 3 because of, their hubris and pride and desire
They hate each other.
Yes, essentially. So the fact that this one was 6 people instead of 3 was unnerving and needed to be dealt with.
Sorry, I just read chat. Ferret.
All right, Ferret.
Ah.
The hags have been addressed. Not all of them have died, though a couple have. 2 of them plane shifted, escaping the ultimate fate of, which I would assume would be murder at this point, because the other 4 are dead. And Athelstan, who actually was stuck outside of the fight for the entirety of it due to a very high charisma saving throw. Did you have something to say? Or were you just... Rosira?
No, I'm clearing my throat.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Usually when I hear your mic go live, you're going to say something. Lost my train of thought. Oh, Athelstan. He ended up rescuing the kids that had been captured or lured to the Old Bonegrinder. Basically preventing them from being turned into dream pastries, which is kind of the thing for Barovian witches. We
They
come
like
in
their
now.
drugs.
Yes. We come in now with Athelstan having descended a flight of stairs hidden behind an armoire to a large, viney door. You can even see a bit of a face almost built into the vines themselves. It's kind of unsettling.
What?
The mouth looks like it's pulled open in horror, and eyes built like tree roots, but it's the, like, you know how you get like eyes in the tree roots when you cut a
Yeah,
limb?
knots. Yeah.
Yeah, the knots. So it looks like there's knots within the tree roots that have become eyes, and the mouth is just pulled back in horror, but there's a heavy thicket of vines in front of it, preventing you from actually entering. The rest of you are inside, standing around deceased bodies. But it gets worse from there, because Desirus had allowed his ghoul off the leash. Gabriella, or Ghoulbriella, as we've been calling her.
You're welcome.
Ghoulbriella. Well, she doesn't have a face anymore. And there were dead bodies that she could eat. So she did. This is the first time Keelah has seen her in all of her faceless splendor. A flame strike was summoned, but ultimately counterspelled by Des, And now Des stands with Atlas, hugging him while looking dead at Keli. We'll start with Atlas, Dan.
No.
You stand before this massive face built from rock and roots and stone and dirt. And you can hear your party on the other side.
Oh, I can hear the party now, not just like wet chewing sounds.
Well, you hear
like
the
last
wet
time,
chewing,
but we hear the talking now.
and you hear some talking, though you can't tell what's being said. You recognize sort of the cadences of your party's voices.
Can I see any visible door knob or handle or otherwise?
No.
It's just a wall of vines, not a door, right?
It kind of looks like a face.
How big is the mouth?
Big enough for somebody about 7 feet tall to walk through.
It's like an arch. I don't gotta like step. I don't have to like.
Well, you would think that you would be able to like step through it. It's level with the ground. But the problem is where there were teeth, these teeth have now extended into like the thick vine work that hangs down towards the ground.
I bit it part. Sorry, you were gonna describe something else. Sorry.
You bit it part?
I bit it part.
Like you're asking it to part? Sorry. Just making sure I understood.
Yeah, I'm telling it to.
You're
Well,
telling it.
I can't tell it.
Oh,
I
bit.
persuade it. I persuade it.
I thought you said you bit it. It's like you just
That's what
bite it.
No, these teeth are made for carnivorous purposes. He does eat vegetables. He does have a balanced diet, everybody. Stop worrying about it.
Yeah, sure. There are vegetables.
No, he doesn't actually bite it. He
Okay.
he uses his powers to. Oh boy, hang on. There was not the sprig. Wasn't there something called umbrage or something?
Did I miss a session?
I don't know.
What?
What'd you say, Rob?
Yeah. what'd
So
you-
I was saying, did I miss a session? Because I only have this as session 79 on my.
This is
in my
session
notes.
80. Last time was session 79 when we went to the bone when we were at the
Okay.
bone grinder.
I'll have to figure out what session I didn't take
Yeah.
notes on.
According to YouTube, when I looked this morning,
Okay.
we're on session 80. So,
Oh, you know what? So it was last week. I didn't take notes last week. That's what it was.
okay.
There was a lot of combat last week.
Yeah.
So there wasn't
And I came
any.
in basically right at combat.
What are you
Continue,
looking
sorry.
for? No, you're good. You're good. What are you looking for?
There was something we had talked about that was called that you had sent me at one point. It was called Nature's Umbrage, but I'm starting to wonder if that's even something that I can even do anymore. Druidcraft is literally not going to do anything.
Nope.
I wish there was a spell called Disentangle.
I don't remember the umbrage thing. It might have just been something that comes along later, but I don't. Brain Goper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, since that's up in the air, what do you do
I
instead?
guess I'll take on the Guardian and bid it part to let him in. No. Not like that. He will reach out with his hand, his only hand. I almost said with his hands. He'll reach out with his hand and as he reaches out, yeah, I'm sorry, Maggie. As he reaches out and he gets closer and closer to the roots, his fingertips, it's almost like he's passing through a shadow. And when you're passing into a line of a shadow, it just covers from his fingertips down his arm. It's just bark like skin as he reaches out to either not communicate, but to, it's like he's attempting the natural or nature type of version of turning a key in a lock, to giving the password at a barricaded door,
Okay.
to pass harmlessly
All right.
as he pulls himself as the guardian.
Make a persuasion check using your nature modifier.
You sure it can't just be a regular persuasion check with my persuasion check bonus?
This is how you've written it. This is how
I
we're
know.
going.
All right, so I rolled a 14, and my nature would be a +5, so a 19.
19? Okay. So
It
as
says
you
22.
Yeah, that's my charisma modifier for persuasion.
so as you reach your fingers in and begin communing with this vine work, you realize that there is sentience to it. And not in the way that talk with plants and animals would lend sentience to it. It has a voice. It has a name. It has had a body. You feel, even as the bark kind of brushes against the vine work.
There.
Oh,
Dear.
hang on. As the bark, your
that
bark
guy.
brushes against the vines, you feel like there is that sense of communion in the sense of nature, but then there's also flesh and bone and blood. You feel there's more to it than just, obfuscation and something that had been grown to block your path.
He will lay the bare skin of his left wrist against it as well.
Okay. You feel it even more now, even more prevalently, and there is a bit of a mental connection there now.
He'll offer comfort.
Okay. You start to feel sadness and fear, and the mental images that sort of start filtering into your mind are ones of torture and the last people that tried to pass through its mouth, basically. They didn't end well. They were tortured and turned into whatever it is that make hags as awful as they are. And you also get the visions of the children that had been taken down here.
I offer back the visions of his vision of the children as he pulled them from the cages, of him carrying them down the stairs. Their tears as they scurry out into the darkness, to hide in the bushes to wait for an oncoming carriage. He will offer an image, a memory of the light, the starlight that surrounds Atlas when he changes. The joy and fearsomeness that is Gordon when he lifts his axe, but also the gentleness when he plays his lyre with his enormous hands. The smirk that Sly offers when she climbs upon his shoulder, her tail whipping in the air. He will offer the song that Breeze plays when the cloche closes over them to keep them safe for the night, he will offer the silly smile that Keli offered him when he first gave her chocolate. In an apology for something rash that he had said long ago. The way she ruffled his hair. The peace. The promise that something will be better. That it will be better. And that don't suffer the pain alone. I will take it with me. I'll take on some of it with me. You don't need to carry it all. There will be good. And he offers friends long past a silly joke that a grumpy old cowboy told about his mother-in-law. And then the absolute riot of curiousness in a fuzzy, tiny little tabaxi running around after a ball. Just some simple things. Friends past and new friends to come. He just shares everything that he can, that he is. Balancing. Realizing that this is how he wanted it to be. Never spiteful. And he bids once more for peaceful passage, in and out. To save the ones. To bring out the ones that matter to him.
Okay. We'll come back to that. The rest of you stand amidst the deceased hags and Dretch, some partially eaten or torn apart by a tentacle whip. Everybody but Dez and Keli, who's inside, give me an insight check.
Insights. 21.
Which
Blackjack.
one is that?
The one that says
Insight?
insight.
It's under it's under
But, like,
skills,
what
the
is it
second
called?
tab.
I got kicked out of.
Oh, I didn't
Fantasy
see that.
World.
Okay. Your modifier is +1.
On a what?
Insight check.
D20.
On a D20.
There we go. That was my.
Oh,
question.
okay.
Okay, I'll
Yes.
I'll roll an actual. Hold on.
When after you were doing, I thought that Atlassian was gonna grapefruit the door.
Go me.
You got a natural 20?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So, Atlas, did you roll? No, you didn't.
What are we rolling again?
Insight check.
Look, I thought for some I didn't know that included me. Hold on.
Yeah, everybody.
Oh,
Uh,
everybody.
yeah.
I'm not part of every. Hey, guess what?
What
I
a
also
natural
rolled.
20. Holy
Holy
shit.
Oh my
shit.
gods.
Okay.
It's because we're like we have ESPN with Athelstan or something.
Yes.
It's Mean Girls.
I mean,
Okay,
druidic
Mean Girl.
telepathy is a thing.
All
So
right.
the only one that didn't get over 20 was Razira.
But
Yeah.
here's a cat. So
Pasta check.
Razira, give me a pasta check.
Yeah,
I can
pasta
talk in the
check.
background. He's looking emo right now.
Yeah.
I've
become so numb.
Stop.
Waiting for it to come up.
Yeah, no problem. Well, we're waiting for the pasta check. Atlas and Breeze, for sure. You guys are getting the hostility and the tension between these two. Like, you may not know exactly what spells were cast, but you know that something Keli was going to cast was aimed for either Des or Gabby. As for the posture check, you're looking for shiny things. You're trying to avoid the swamp water because it's icky. There's a really weird smell coming from where the cauldron was spilled over. So there's a lot going on. It's kind of keeping you.
Can you describe the weird smell? Because I forgot.
The weird smell, it's like this. It has that sort of humid, earthy smell. But on top of that, you're looking at, or you're smelling things like death and decay and blood and, yeah.
Smells like a biohazard bin.
Basically. Like a
Is it
biohazard bin that's been baking under the sun for a while.
a stew?
Biohazard stew. Title of
That's
the
my
episode.
favorite metal band, Biohazard.
Biohazard stew. I'll write it down.
Thanks.
They're a traveling bard group in the Skull that we'll meet.
I am stealing that.
So, yeah, you're getting the tension, you're getting the vibes. So, Des, you are currently hugging Atlas awkwardly because it's you. And Keli is just. If looks could kill, literally, you would be a dead man. What are you to do?
I'm grinning at her.
I don't know if you mentioned what I saw. Everything froze on me again. I can hear you now, though.
Okay. Basically, just to reiterate, you sense a lot of the vibes between Des and Keli right now, and they are not good vibes.
Bad vibes.
Also, your boyfriend looks like shit. He got his
Yeah,
ass
I'm
kicked.
gonna go that way.
Yeah.
One of the healers out of character accidentally got a little bit too much, and they forgot that they could cast healing word.
I know. What are you doing, Keli?
Seeing that Dez is like right where Atlas is. I think I rolled high enough last time that I was able to sort of hang on to my
Yeah.
sanity.
Yeah.
So
Using that little girl as a shield. This is low even for you.
yeah, pretty much.
What?
She will tear her eyes away from them and go and tend Gordon.
Okay. So,
I immediately stop hugging Atlas.
what do you do, Atlas?
That was a close one, Atlas. You almost died.
I mean, yeah, but I'm more worried about he looks at Gabriella's hamburger face that's covered.
Well, I'll pull her mask down.
in viscera again.
Didn't she eat through it?
For it.
Well, I sort of pull it down as best
Yeah.
I can.
Atlas,
Kiss her on the forehead.
Atlas feels nauseous, and Atlas goes, Keli, I'm fine. How are you, Keli and Gordon? Atlas, you can see Atlas is just like holding in the urge to like just spew all over the floor.
Yeah. Atlas isn't looking too great either. One of his horsey ears is shredded.
Yeah, I lost an ear. It's okay. I still have 3 ears, so that's like net
That's true.
positive compared to
Yeah.
most.
Gordon, on the other hand, his ear is also shredded, and he's only got 2.
I can give him one of my ears.
Hey,
You could though.
Atlas, can you create water?
Let me double check right now.
I would ask Eli, but she is very angry.
No, I cannot do it right now. I can only shape water.
Hey, thanks, Keli. You
Well,
you
there-
okay? I think you need a hug.
I can create water, but it would
She
be a
doesn't
mouth
stop
rub.
him, but she doesn't really like engage.
That's okay. He hugs hard enough for both of you.
You want a maelstrom amount of water?
Is there water here in the bog?
Yes.
Okay.
Bog water.
Bogger.
I'm gonna continue to use my telekinesis. I gotta fill up the cauldron with water.
Okay.
I would help Des fill up the cauldron because Atlas is just kind of working on autopilot right now. Because if they work on autopilot,
Well, then, if you could get the fire ready to boil the cauldron, that would be great.
okay, I could do
He's
that.
making soup.
Can I?
Do we want, real water and not?
Yeah, as you lift up the
Whatever this
cauldron with whatever liquid you got from the bog, it's soupy.
Because
It's definitely not clear.
I think I can boil one of the hag's bodies in it.
Yeah, probably.
Why are you so old?
Are you trying to actually make something food?
Oh no! Don't be horrible. I don't want to eat it,
Okay.
but I want their bones and clean. So if we could boil the meat off, that would be helpful.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
We
start
need
the
to
fire.
leave.
Does anybody else want to go search around and not spring any traps? Atlas says as he starts the fire, his lower lip trembling as he does the Boy Scout thing where you rub the sticks.
Don't you have a cantrip or something?
No,
Like create bonfire?
no, I took bad cantrips. I took Thorn Whip, and I never use it.
Maybe you should change then.
I don't get to until I reach my next. If you were to say ASI,
You can change.
Okay,
any
well,
of
if we're going to boil witches, you need to know a fire spell or two.
I'll get working on that. Just I'm just gonna. Can I make a survival check?
Sure.
Because yeah, that would be a starting fire thing. I start a fire using the Boy Scout technique, aka the Carnival technique.
Yes, you are able to aptly start the fire again.
And then
Uh,
I telekinesis the cauldron onto it.
Yes, you do. And then what?
And then I pick up one of the hag's bodies and I throw it in.
Okay.
Before you do that, I'm gonna search the body, see if there's any cool things on the.
Oh yeah, give her a good reach around.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Of course, my friend.
Also, before you put the hag in, Alex is gonna step out of the way so he doesn't get splashed with.
Hag juice.
Haggy bog juice.
Yeah, like a good soup should be a little bit gelatinous if you're using, but this is like too gelatinous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you feel it's going to be thick once the meat is boiled off.
We could make soup dumplings out of that.
Maybe do you have
Hey.
we need some salt maybe? Would salt help in the
Heck,
stripping process?
Stew.
I do have. Let me check my.
If we could make the
inventory.
water caustic or acidic.
I have an herbalism kit if you would like any herbs.
I've
from
never
it.
done this before, but I am curious to the end, so
Yeah, I
Would
can't help
Atlas
you with
know
that.
anything about cooking when he did his crash course of have you
Yeah,
ever
cooking-
done
cooking might
career
help.
education in school, but he did that at the carnival? where
Yeah,
he had to try.
He had carnival home ec,
Yeah,
except it was
just-
all candy apples and candy floss. So
I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry.
That's
I was
okay.
wondering who pulled
This
that
will
over.
take time, so if you have something to do, I mean, I don't want to keep anyone.
Atlas would get out his herb kit and be like, "Do you want some time?"
I don't think flavor is important. I just want the bone.
Do I have salt in the herbalism kit?
You would have salt in like your rations and mess kits.
Try sprinkling some salt in, like.
I take great joy in watching
Like Salt
Atlas
Bae.
season
Don't
the
you
witch.
have Druidcraft?
Season of the witch.
I've never played a druid before this, and I chose ass cantrips.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Does this take? I'm assuming this takes at least 10 minutes. Yeah.
At least, yes.
You would have to boil that body
I'm
for a
going
good
to
24
cast
hours.
Prayer of healing then while they're doing this nonsense.
Easily. Do I find anything on the witchies?
We don't have anywhere to go, do we?
You do. I was waiting for the nonsense to stop so I could go over it with you. Okay, so what you find a bunch of silver and some copper. You find like weaver's tools and leather working kits. You find on every single one of them, there is a leather bag. But as you pick it up and touch it, you realize it has the same texture as Atlas's armor.
He's got like the human skin armor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have human skin armor?
Yeah,
Where's that from?
I got it when I was in.
I have thought all this time it was just leather.
No, well, it is just leather, but it's slightly. It's okay. Alaric said it was cool, and Athelstan put moss on it.
I know a lot of people that make books out of various leathers, various people's things, skins.
You do?
I mean, I don't know people that made them, but I know people that have them.
Oh, I was hoping you knew how to make them. I thought that's what you were getting at.
Sure, we could figure it out.
I mean, I am a scholar.
Athelstan knows how to do that.
I'm sure Athelstan knows how to do
I'm
that.
a centaur.
Can I put the witch in the boiling pot?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
I could
kind of
go.
ironic that I'm cooking a witch,
What else did you find, Rob?
considering they cook children, right?
Silver, copper, weaver's tools, leatherwork kit.
Leatherworking kit. Is there a scoring knife in there? It may help soften the meat a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You also realize that in the human leather bags, there's something inside of them.
What is it?
Testicles.
What's
Do
in
you
the
open
bag?
it?
Yes.
The fucking bag, man.
Do you pour it out into your hand?
Yes. I know what it is. I forget what it is though, so it's not.
It plops into your hand, and it's got a little bit of weight to it. It probably weighs about a pound. And it's cold to the touch and hard. And as you look down at it, it's black
Saturday.
and shiny. Not shiny like glinting and glimmering and setting off its own like luminescence or anything like that. It's it just seems to have like some ability to reflect light but also absorb it. It's a very, very strange. And as you're holding it, you can feel just this rhythmic pulsing inside of it. Yes. Seems to match a heartbeat.
You might want to burn that.
I was thinking the same.
There's a fire.
There's-
You
I was
want
gonna say
another
there's a
one?
fire there.
I
Can I
can
just-
do it.
Well, I was thinking I could just throw it in that fire.
Throw it under the cauldron.
What if it explodes? I put it back in the bag just for.
Then it's more fire. Put it in.
check the bag with the stones.
All
Throw
6
one
of
in.
them? Or just one?
One for sure.
Okay.
I just want to see what happens with one.
All right. So it takes a little bit, but eventually the leather bag catches. And you get the smell of like burnt leather and bacon.
Well, that's a nice smell.
I
Oh,
agree.
there goes Miss Branson.
Long pig.
Yeah.
Still a nice smell, probably.
It does not seem to have any effect on the gemstone, however. The gemstone looks unmarred, untouched, undamaged.
Don't
You
we
want me
try
to
to
pull it out
dispel
of
it?
the fire?
I have to do something with those stones before we can destroy them.
Do you think that is what they call an eye?
I don't know.
I have heard that the hags can see through, like
They're
an
watching
eye.
us.
They could. That one got away. Clearly.
Could we just like smash it a bunch, like step on it?
Yes. Put it under the horse's foot.
Well, I wanted to cool it down first. So
Well, the horse doesn't touch the ground, though.
At this point, you all hear the creaking of trees and the rumble of stone on dirt and on stone. To your eastward from the island, the little island that you're on, you see a gap kind of grow in the side of a very large tree. It's actually the one that you had a little trouble getting around last session, Maggie. And Atlas steps out, or Athelstan steps out.
That would have been freaky. Atlas from the future.
Atlas steps out.
Guys,
It's a
we have to
doppeltar.
stop.
wait, they're the reverse atlas, so it's like a horse like
Yeah.
I've seen illuminations like that. That's disgusting.
So it's actually Salta that emerges.
Oh, fucking hell.
No, it's
I'm in
Athelstan.
hell.
Yeah.
I'm in hell.
you just see like Atlas trying to use Thornwhip to get the gem out of the fire right now.
He steps out, like hands hand and wrist extended, and
You
looks
see
around.
4 dead hags. One that is currently sort of in the cauldron, but like too big to like fit all the way, so it's just sort of like up and
Just like beating it with a
Jacuzzing.
spoon.
I have like my tentacle rod pushing parts of her back in.
you see
And we're
Atlas
here.
trying to thorn whip this black gemstone out of the fire. You see Keli in Gordon's embrace, and he's just sort of going back and forth with her like this. What's Sly doing?
Do you know how to destroy a hag's eye or gem?
What's Sly doing? I'm sorry.
Just looking at the bag, really stressed out.
Your bag or one of the bags?
The human bags or your bag?
Mine?
Okay, just making sure. What's Breeze doing?
Trying to figure out how one of these gems might be destroyed. If I can make some kind of like arcana or
Sure, you can
nature
do
or whatever.
Arcana, or if you have the Identify spell, you can do that too.
I do not have the identify spell.
Okay.
And what's Rosira doing?
I do, just not today.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
is Rosira doing with all of that overstimulation happening?
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably like a 10 or something. I just.
I
got
think I
back
can
in.
identify
Roll.
it.
Arcana 12.
Not sure.
Oh, you can identify. Here's one.
I'm waiting for my character sheet to load so I can see.
I think you do have identify. You've identified stuff.
I may have bullshitted before.
So everyone's he sees everyone alive, right?
Yeah, everybody's alive. Well, I mean, those that are supposed to be alive are alive, yes.
Yeah. Anyone taking notice of him aside from Atlas, who did so very casually?
I
said
just make
Atlas
direct
said-
eye contact with you, and I'm like,
Razira is just exploring the chamber. Probably it's a rocky chamber.
No. So you have like this little island bit that you're on with the big tree and the cauldron and the dead witches. And then there's like bog and swamp. And then there's other little like spots that you might be able to jump to or swim to if you wanted to.
Would you be able to climb up to the ceiling?
No, you're make a intelligence check.
I think the second that Athelstan lays eyes on Keli,
18.
Hold on
I'm
that,
waving
Cedar.
you over, Appleton.
With your intelligence check, you are pretty sure you're outside.
I thought we were underground.
Atlas, what were you asking Athelstan?
Do you know how to destroy this thing? I say as I thorn whip the little thing out, like the little gem
I
heart.
love when
eye.
you thorn whip it out.
No, I'm wearing 2 pairs of pants to prevent that from happening. Also, Athelstan, depending on how astute you are, Gordon and Atlas are also missing an ear.
Yes. You
Oh
are
my
able
God.
to like thorn whip the gemstone out of the fire.
You have a thing for this, don't you?
What?
This is like the 3rd person in the campaign to lose a body part. And your favorite character is Bucky Barnes.
You know,
it is his left hand.
Oh,
You're gonna take the rest of the arm too, Affy? You're gonna give him a big mechanical arm?
That's
I
what
don't
we're
know.
Give him a
On,
tragic backstory?
one of the domains to do.
Yep. Anyway, I think the second he
Eh.
lays eyes on Keli, he's not looking at anybody else. His wings are still out. His skin is like, I think maybe the bark skin maybe climbed up from his arm and maybe like just barely touching up the side of his face, and he just like bolts through the air, like shooting towards Keli like an arrow from a bow.
Has Gordon been hugging her for 10 minutes?
Sure.
I just want to make sure before I cast the spell, so.
He calls out in Celestial to Keli.
Hey, this was a really good hug, Keli. I feel so much better.
And like over Keli's head, Gordon just sees like a purple and green blur.
Oh, shit.
She doesn't say anything, but like backs up a little bit and just looks at Gordon and just smiles really sadly.
Hey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I mean, yeah, you can worry about it. That's really insensitive for me to say, but like, I feel, sometimes shitty things happen, and, how we get on from that is what strengthens us.
Sorry, I was making sure I marked off my spells.
That's fine. I'll just talk to myself like usual when I talk to Keli.
Gordon,
It's okay.
you give
Like-
really good hugs too, Gordon.
Thanks. I think your bestie wants you.
You turn around and it's literally you just gotta
I just get
you're-
like,
immediately, yeah.
Nose to chest.
No, not even nose. Nah. I'm
you
taking
just
this
tackle
bitch.
me.
I'm taking this bitch to the ground. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arms like so tight around you. head ducked into your shoulder.
I think she just hangs on. Like, realizing that it's him.
Okay. And Gordon just kind of like toodles off.
You give good hugs, Gordon, god damn it.
It's okay. You guys got a thing. It's all good.
His mouth is closed, but his hearts are beating so fast. And his eyes are wide. And he pulls away and he's like looking at you.
She's not hurt anymore, she just looks sad.
He's like just like touching your armor and like looking at any traces of blood that are left and like looks like wildly into your eyes like
I'm okay, Ethelstan.
And Gordon's closest, right?
Sort of. He's sort of like wandered off to help Atlas.
Before he moves on, Athelstan reaches out and takes his forearm and does much of
Yeah.
the same. Like touching and like looking and like looking at wounds and touching the side of his cow face where his ear is ripped off and shit, like just taking in everything.
He's pretty close to like healed, it's just he's missing pieces now.
Yeah. He's mostly okay. His ear is just shredded to shit. Hey. What's the matter?
Who's next? Who's closest next?
Hi.
He pulls Sly in.
You're in
I get
so
out
much
of the
trouble,
mud.
bestie.
You guys stand up and realize that Razira was underneath you that whole time.
Who's next?
Razira, technically.
Flat.
Yep.
Half submerged in mud.
He'll just scoop you up out of the mud and wipe out your eyes. You know, like when your cat gets eye gookies. What color are Razira's eyes?
Blue.
Kitty. Take stock of their injuries and he'll move away. Like
Well,
running his hand down the edge of, down the end of Sly's tail as he goes, and goes to Atlas.
Okay.
Unless Breeze is closer. Sorry.
Okay. You're having a moment. Other things are happening while you're having that moment.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Yeah,
resolve that
sorry.
first.
Please.
That's okay. So Gordon toddles off to you, Breeze. And kind of like gestures at the bag because he'd overheard. His ear may be fucked, but he can still hear you. I identify that thing.
Oh,
While he's
Well,
looking at that, can I
go ahead.
walk over to him?
Yeah.
And like rip up or like rip off a piece of like some of the clothing I have in my bag and just like wrap it around his ear.
Sure.
Sneak
So
little
he-
Band-Aid.
He takes a seat by the cauldron currently cooking hag for dinner and just holds
What?
the gemstone in both of his hands while you mend his ear. He has his little leather book kind of like held open in front of him and he's like holding the gemstone in both hands. And it's honestly ridiculous because everything looks so fucking small in his hands.
It's because it is.
Yeah. And you can just sort of see his
Does he
lips
have those little
moving.
glasses?
No, he doesn't.
Aww.
When he gets older, we talked about this last time.
Okay.
3D glasses.
Yeah.
He has a single monocle. He literally attaches it to his nose when not in use.
And he starts to ritually cast Identify. Dez, what are you doing? Cooking?
Hag?
I'm making sure that the witch is cooking down. My patron saint in chat told me I need vinegar to make this happen quicker.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have anything like that. But I'm willing to wait.
Liz is behind this. Sorry.
I do make sure that
Potential.
I'm keeping a keen eye on the murderer and making sure she doesn't try to kill my friend. My gift, actually. My gift, not a friend. My gift. She's property. I own her. So, yeah.
Okay.
It.
And
Okay.
if Athelstan is going around touching people, like, that is not going to happen.
All
I'm
right.
getting touched.
I believe you were next. Yes.
Okay.
I think he reaches out to you like he's done with everybody else as he's approaching.
I don't know what everybody else was. I had to go to the potty.
Oh, he was like reaching out with his one hand to everybody and like just,
Yep.
like taking stock of everyone's injuries.
Oh,
Are you
everybody.
gonna touch? It's okay. I'll stand. I mean, it hurts a lot, and it isn't okay, but I still have 3 ears.
God's the only thing that Athelstan has can heal himself.
Maybe one day it will come back. If not, you know, fantasy grounds. That's just how it will be.
We need to go. We need to go ask Ianric how he does it.
Gives you a little pat. He'll like go around the cauldron to like look at Dez and like take in how he is and everything.
This is completely uninjured.
He'll look at the soup.
Roll a
it's a hag.
d6 for me, or a d4. Sorry. Yes.
Me. I
Dez?
think I say, yeah.
Yep.
I did. I don't know why it hasn't come up in...
Fantasy Grounds has been laggy today.
Okay.
4.
There it
Okay,
is.
so of course it's 4. Tish is in the cauldron, and Tish was the one that had her head ripped open and the most Gabrielle nomming.
Well, that wouldn't be what I wanted. I needed something with as much intact bone as possible.
Oh, okay. So we can say Mary's in there then. Or no, Mary got ported away.
Yeah, Mary and
Mary,
Winnie.
Mary, why you bugging?
Well, we had Tish, Mary, Sarah, Wendy.
Oh, it was Sarah with an H. And H's are ooh, so Sarah's in the cauldron.
Okay.
And here I thought you'd throw Wendy in the cauldron.
Wait, isn't Sarah the one that I fireballed?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be easier to cook her
Oh,
down.
so the flesh might come off even easier. That would be great.
It's gristly.
Ugh.
It's already partially cooked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In the carnival, we used to make caramel apples, kind of like this, except not with hags or cauldron. It was with sugar and butter and water and apples. So
Oh,
maybe
it is
wasn't
nothing like
at
this.
all.
It is nothing. It is nothing like this.
I'm just trying to distract myself from everything.
We are literally boiling a body, Atlas.
I don't feel good anymore.
He'll
Make
go
a
back
con
to-
save.
He'll go back to Atlas, yeah.
Atlas, make a con save.
I have to reload Fantasy Ground Crash.
Okay.
when I was going out there. I'm rolling good tonight.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to swallow it down.
And here I thought Atlas would just vomit into the cauldron.
Might help.
Yeah, higher acidity.
There was a possibility, but they rolled well, so.
If that happened, I would just be like shooting stars.
like rainbows and unicorns.
Great! Great! Atlas is related to Uraraka from My Hero.
Starts floating. He is floating. Oh my god.
Athelstan, what went on? Well, I was not with you.
He's digging through his bag as he's approaching you.
What
And
are
he
you
pull-
doing?
And he pulls out some wax paper and he just unfolds it and unfolds it. And there's just like, it's, I don't know if he had time to shape it or not, but he just breaks off a corner of it and he holds it out to your mouth. He puts it in there, closes your little mouth, and it's chocolate. It's campfire smoke chocolate. It's melting in your mouth now. He just like watches you, saying nothing, literally nothing.
Delicious. Did you just say you gave me like campfires? You just
He
me,
gave
like-
you chocolate.
Oh, I eat it. And I'm like,
Homemade chocolate that he made himself
Over the
at the
campfire.
campfire.
uh-huh. I thought you said you gave him like campfire chalk, and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
No, campfire smoke
He
chocolate.
enjoys it. He says, "This is amazing. It almost making me lose my ear, and then watching somebody boil alive." Did you see Gabriella's face?
He quietly nods.
When did you see it?
Right after he did it.
So you knew this whole time?
Yes.
Oh my god. He looks at Eli and he's like, "But the gift I gave her, that was. I feel like a horrible friend.
You didn't know.
I feel like maybe
You're not a
we should
horrible
talk
friend.
about these things instead of finding out like this. Sometimes, sometimes, even if things hurt, it's better for them to hurt than surprise you later and hurt worse." He gets the chocolate off the roof of his mouth with his tongue.
I'll be better.
It's not just you, it's all of us.
Yes.
That's how friendships work. It's not one person is constantly working on things, it's everybody is. Are you
Yeah.
safe, Athelstan? I was scared. I tried to get through, but I couldn't.
I'm alright.
You don't have to be alright.
I'm not okay, but I'm alright.
I don't know the difference, I'm sorry.
It's okay. We'll talk about it later.
Atlas does the to you with the squish thing. Yeah. He says, "I'm glad that you're safe."
Here, you smish your mouth, Maggie, and I'll smish my mouth.
We should go. There's no reason to stay here.
I thought we'd have to boil the body.
Why are we
Des can do
boiling-
that if Des wants to, but I'm leaving.
Why are we boiling the
I just
hags?
need like 6 more minutes.
I'll watch your
Okay.
back.
I can start over, but like I think we
Keep
should
going.
know.
You're good, Gordon.
All right.
I'll watch your back.
Can wait.
Razira's just trying to get mud out of her nose.
Yeah, I only got it out of your eyes.
And
Uh,
I don't
Atlas-
know why. He wants the bones. I don't know why. He just wants the bones.
When Breeze talks, he finally looks over at Breeze and he's like taking in injuries and shit like that.
Fine. Barely touched me.
Make an insight check. Make a deception or persuasion check in the tower, Breeze.
Be a deception
No,
check, 'cause I
I
know I healed
refuse.
your
I
ass.
will use inspiration. I refuse. This is too important to him.
The minimum 23.
hmm
12.
Yeah, Breeze is totally fine.
No. I'll use the other inspiration. I don't even fucking care.
You have to get a
You
23
can't beat
minimum.
my high. You
Okay,
can't beat
fine.
my score.
You would have to get a nat
You're not-
20.
You're not the only one who can lie.
I know,
Anyway.
but I'm so good at it.
Yeah, it's true. you okay?
Yes. I'm hardier than like every single person here except the cat.
I'm not talking about
And maybe Gordon.
that.
I mean, you're hardier, but I hit harder, so I think it balances out.
The whole time
I
he's
can
got
do
a book in
86
front
with
of
a
him and
thing
he's
of
like
This little itty bitty book at the end of his snoot.
I do 86 with a single
Meanwhile,
spell.
Yeah, but I can like
Braziers
cut
just
your head open.
start
But then I can just heal that.
Razira's doing what?
started sneezing
It's just like
like
cat
crazy.
snot and mud everywhere.
Ew.
Jersey.
Yep.
And then she realizes something, and she transforms to a tiger form because her nose is bigger.
Have we seen you in full tiger
Okay.
form yet?
Yes.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Daz hasn't, but everybody else has.
This is like tentacling Sarah.
We
Looks
wait
up.
for Gordon to finish his thing.
Okay. So in the 6 minutes, I'll say because you used the charge corpse, as you're like tentacling this witch, strips of flesh start coming off, like in big hunks. It's probably not going to be done in 6 minutes, but it's getting there.
I'll wait. I'll
Okay.
give one of the strips to Gabriella if she wants it. I'll be like,
Ugh.
If you guys want to go take, actually, have the orphan things been revealed that Athelstan secured them yet?
We haven't talked yet, but he was going to.
Okay. Hey, Athelstan, did you find the orphans, or were they alive?
Yes, they're alive.
So they're alive. They're not a lie.
They are not alive. They are alive and they're safe. As is gonna.
Where are they? Shouldn't they be with us? I mean, maybe they shouldn't actually see this.
No, I didn't even know what I was gonna find down here. Well, wherever the fuck here. Well, no. I thought that I thought that they scattered you all and left me behind.
Oh no. I would find my way back to you.
I thought that you were all banished back to where you came from.
Well, to be honest, I'm kind of glad more of us didn't get not pulled to here. Because it
Atlas-
wasn't looking good at the start.
Atlas goes up to Athelstan and he looks him in the eye, the top eyes, and then he would go, I have traveled through the domains for a long time.
His forehead eyes open.
No matter where you are, I will find you. And that's a promise.
From anybody else, that would sound threatening.
It is not a threat. It is a... What's the opposite of a friendly threat?
A promise.
Yeah, one of those.
I appreciate that. I don't know how I would have found any of you. Breeze and hiding back in... Oh my fucking god, it was literally just in my head.
Atlas
What the hell is it called?
Artakis.
Kartakis. I'm like Kazakhstan, and I'm just like, Kazakhstan! Kangaskhan! Kangaroo! Breeze on the run in Kartakis from whoever the hell they pissed off. Sly in the Primaterial Plane. You in the Carnival, which is never in one place twice for very long. Gordon in Kartakis. I'm not sure how many Minotaurs are in Kartakis, but he might be easy to pick out in a crowd. Razira back in Schult, and Eli. I would have never saw them again. Ever.
Out his pamphlet from the carnival and he extends it to Athelstan. It's crumpled by now, but he says, you can keep this.
Maybe it'll help me find my way to you if I lose you.
What?
Is that the map?
You are here.
Yeah. That way, you'll kind of know where I am, but not really if I get banished, which hopefully I won't. Here you go.
Okay. He puts it with the envelope.
Yeah, the envelope of if I die. I have to refresh that because we got more friends now.
Yeah.
In the background, you just see Razira get a big ass sneeze and finally stop.
Well, if you want to go with everybody and the orphans, Des and I could meet you later because I can travel by plant after we do this because
What?
I don't want to leave him alone.
You can travel by plants?
I can travel by plants now, I think. Let me double check. Hold on. I thought I could.
I think you can do the little one, not the big one. The big one is
Oh,
level
fuck, never
13.
mind. Hold on.
You might be able to do tree stride at this level,
Oh,
but
yeah.
teleport
yeah,
via
never
plants is
mind.
level 13.
Never mind. Yeah, you're
Tree,
right. Okay.
tree stride make you go fast and really hard.
You guys will be
pain.
in Valaki for days. I'll catch up.
Are you sure you don't want a friend who can talk? Unlike, he looks at Gulbriella.
I literally was in the Amber Temple for a very long time before you arrived. By myself at my dad.
That doesn't mean that you don't want company, though.
I think it does.
Oh.
UFG.
I will wait until Fantasy Grounds is ready to go back in. Let me know, Bray.
Oh, yeah, just the thingy.
That smells terrible. And I look over at Gordon and to see if he's come to any realization of whatever he's looking at because Athelstan doesn't know what's going on. Can he feel, based off of his experience with items like that, can he feel or hear the beat?
Are you touching it?
I don't know. I just imagine that he went over to Gordon to see what the hell he was doing. All he heard is that he was casting he was ritually casting a spell.
No, you don't hear it or feel it or see it.
What are we waiting for? And he like gestures back at the tree. You can go.
I just gotta, 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes, and I'll be ready.
He looks at Breeze. What is it?
What's what?
What is he doing?
It's identifying.
What is he identifying?
Apparently.
What? What is he identifying?
Oh, it was a gem in the hag human bag.
What is he identifying? We don't know. That's why he's identifying.
Egg human bag.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Hag human bag.
This. I
Well,
got
it's up
5 of them left.
Yeah, it's a leather bag, clearly stitched, much in the way that Alice's armor is stitched. It's all probably from one person, you think? Just because of your knowledge in that area.
All the hags
Okay.
had them. We're trying to figure out what the thing is that was inside.
Are you holding one out to Athelstan? Or holding
Can
him
take
out?
any of them.
Yeah, he'll reach out and he'll take one. He's like, that's human skin.
Yeah, I know.
He like
cool.
uncinches it. What?
It's cool.
Yeah. He used to make some things out of this stuff and he'll turn it.
Sort of like this one cloak I found a long time ago that I've never worn.
You have a human skin cloak? Can't
Human
imagine.
mouth
Remember
cloak.
that cloak?
I cannot imagine that it keeps you terribly warm. Humans get cold very easily. What the hell is it? And he's like looking at the bag, and he opens it up and like dumps it out into his hand.
You have this black gemstone in your hand. And then you start to feel it.
It's got like a heartbeat, doesn't it?
Yes. Can I make an Arcana check on it?
Sure.
What modifier is that again?
Int.
If you're still in Affy, please.
I'm
feel free.
trying to, but it's
Oh.
not.
I have my
Let me
stats.
back in.
Oh,
It's every time somebody logs in, it locks up again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
I have my stats
I'm just
here. Give
grabbing
me a
my
sec.
spells and then I'll get out.
You don't have to do that. I just need a minute to pull everybody up so I can click easily to all of you.
Okay. I have
You're-
2 wisdom.
You have a +5 for Arcana.
Oh,
It's
shit.
int.
Oh, I literally looked at the wrong one. The hell is that? Okay, 14 plus 5. I thought it was a nat 20 at first. I got excited.
So 19. I would say based on your knowledge of hags, from like previous sessions and previous roles, you know that this is a heartstone. Its creation takes about 30 days. It is made from a heart, and generally it is the heart of the person that the bag it came in is made out of.
Yeah.
However, it is extremely powerful. A hag can use it to become ethereal. And if one who is diseased were to touch it, they would be cured.
But we can't use it like they can, like the etherealness, because
You can't use the etherealness, but
But
Hold it up to Dez. Maybe he'll get rid of the brain parasite.
Athelstan says nothing and just like looks at like you said 5 that you have aside from the one in Gordon's hand.
6 in total, 5 bags because one got burnt. And around the same time, that's when Gordon finishes their spell. Oh, yeah, so it's called a heartstone, and you can cure diseases with it. But also it's made from a human heart.
Yeah,
I thought Hearthstone was a card game.
that too.
Sponsor us. Kidding. don't.
No.
That's Hearthstone, sweetie.
Oh.
All that power.
So what does it do? So it's made out of a person's heart?
Yeah.
Like does it have to be a human person?
Well, anybody with a disease. So if they have a disease, they can like touch that and then they'll be cured. But
No, I mean to make the Hearthstone, like they wouldn't make me into a Hearthstone because I'm a
Oh.
centaur.
no, I spoke in more of like a general sense, but like any victim that they use to make their soul bags, they make the heartstone out of it.
So they could make double out of me.
You've got 2 hearts?
Yeah, I'm a centaur.
Yeah, can't
Oh.
you hear
You
it?
have 2 hearts, you're a minotaur.
I don't know. He's just like craning to hear his chest, but he can't bend that way.
It's
I
like
could tell you if you wanted.
turn into
I'm
his booty.
good. I'm good without my internals being on display, but thanks.
Keep
Wouldn't
your
put them on
internal.
wouldn't put that on display, especially not without your permission. Plus,
yeah.
that would kill me. Plus, that would kill me.
Yeah,
In
that's
my
true.
sleep.
Time Lord.
Sly, did the bagman tell you about the Heartstones, or he didn't tell you much? It sounds like.
Nope. I didn't even know those existed. I don't think.
So do we just go
Did I?
now?
Let's
We
go.
gotta find sister, probably.
Who got away?
Morgantha. And one other.
Oh,
Mary.
Okay.
so the ones we needed to kill got away?
It's the one we did. It's like, what was his, like, exact phrasing on what he wanted done?
I'm gonna go get my iPad so that I can read that quote.
Put it on the charge specifically for this. I'm proud of you.
So Gordon gets up and like dusts himself off and puts the gemstone, like holds it out to you, Bree, since you're the one that he got it from.
Open the bag back up.
I don't think you should put two together.
No, just the one that it came from.
That one got burned.
That was
I hand over.
right.
I hand the bag back to Breeze.
Do we
Atlas,
want
you're
to
asking somebody.
bury this one?
who-
I don't know. I don't know how to destroy it. Like, it is a very powerful magical relic. So, like, you'd have
Right.
to probably dispel it. I don't have that ability.
It's basically a martyr's
Oh, wait,
martyr's
maybe I do.
phylactery.
Do they say that loud enough that like Keelah could hear that?
Gordon is not a quiet man.
He's a cow.
Oh,
I can try.
Oh, okay.
I cast Dispel Magic.
You'll watch as the sort of glinting that it had takes on the rhythm of the heartbeat inside. And it flares. I need everybody to make a con save.
do I give a bonus because I just ate chocolate?
Sure.
24.
Campfire smoke
Now, I'm
chocolate.
using one of my inspirations.
I need to relog into Fantasy Grounds. I forgot to relog in after I got
That's
one.
okay.
21.
Oh, can we?
Well,
I'll wait until after
Slowly.
Maggie's in. Yeah, I'll wait
Please.
until after everybody else is in. I have my own. I
Well-
have my stats.
There, I
Well,
got that.
this-
Wow.
I'm gonna say this kind of.
Kind of what?
Well, I rolled a 1, so
My only friend sent me this die. My only friend.
I said, well, this is going to kind of stop Razira from having the thought to eat the damn thing.
Guess what I rolled, guys?
A 1.
What?
1.
19.
Nice.
Because
I
when
sent you good die.
Yeah. You
Mhm.
sent
yeah,
me
you sent
that.
me this one, Afi, and I rolled a fucking 1.
You know what it is? It's because your attendance sucks. I'm kidding. Sorry.
It's
That was
because
mean.
It's because after he's my only friend, I had to forsake having any other friendships in order to get these dice.
It was the vibe. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, unfortunately, Sly, you failed, but you do have 3 inspiration. So you can re-roll it if you want to. I think she's frozen.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry.
Fantasy Grounds is frozen too.
That was it.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't go in.
I think that this means that we have
Oh,
to
shit.
I got a
get
24.
before the year ends. I think that's what it's trying to.
Sorry,
Grab
what's it saying,
screenshots
Atlas?
of-
It's saying that we have to play more Mistwalkers before the year ends somehow.
Well, we have one more session before the end of the year.
True.
Everything froze again.
Okay, so you
I
have
didn't
3.
notice.
You have 3 inspiration, so you can re-roll your 1 if you want to. And your
That may
con
be
is
smart.
+2.
But I'm so curious to know what happens because I fucked it up so
That's
bad.
okay. Eli fucked it up. bad,
Sometimes
too.
the dice tell you a story. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like.
If you want to go
willing
with the
believe
fail,
it.
that's totally okay. You gonna go with the fail?
The curiosity is killing me.
Okay.
Killing the cat. Oh, wait.
Kitty
no.
cat.
Cut the cat.
Wrong cat.
Uh,
She's very much like a cat.
Des, you have a +7 modifier on your con.
Okay, I rolled a 13, so that would be 20.
30, 20. Okay. Anybody else need their stat?
I think my stat is a +5 for con save. If it is, I got a 24.
+6.
Oh my god. Okay, well, 25. Wait.
26.
Yeah, 20.
You said, right? You said 25 first, and now it's a 26?
Wait. Okay, it was original.
What did you roll?
What did you roll? Was it a
I rolled a
19?
19.
So it's
Okay, 25.
What's my stat?
+6.
Holy shit.
Okay. Anybody else need their stat?
25.
Oh wait, I don't need my stat. I can look
Took
it up. I rolled a
screenshots, so I'm good.
19 plus 6, which is
I need to
25.
update my
Wow, I'm so good at
screenshots.
math.
I rolled a 24. So
Okay, so Heli and Sly. Everybody else just kind of like squints and looks away. Both of you find yourselves drawn into this bright shockwave of light. And you, for a moment, relive this person's life.
Fucking child, isn't it?
No. This
It's
person.
Dalish.
No. This person was about in their early 20s when they passed, when they were killed. They had a relatively decent life. They worked on their family farm, and they were comfortable enough that they didn't go without, which is rare in Barovia. A lot of people go without here. You also know that they were a souled individual. They were not a husk.
Sense.
You relived their death. And it was not pretty. In order to create the soul bag, they are skinned alive. And while their heart is still beating, it is pulled out of their chest and crystallized. And it isn't until the 30th day of lying there with no skin and their heart growing crystals outside of their chest that they finally die. And the worst part is, their soul doesn't get recycled. You feel the soul briefly touch yours, and then it's just gone. And you know that it is gone. And I need you both to make a wisdom saving throw.
All of us or just them?
Sly and Heli. Sly, your modifier is +1.
Is it a wisdom saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
$15.
Effie, I hate you.
You're welcome.
And these dice.
What'd you roll?
Another
one?
natty one.
Oh my fucking god,
Two nat ones
Sly.
in a row, Sly.
Oh my god.
Uh,
There's no in between.
No, there isn't.
I'm just gonna leave it. Honestly,
You
I
can
wanna know
reroll
what
it. You've
happened.
got 3.
I know, but like,
inspiration.
Curiosity
I know,
is.
but, like, I also want to see what happens. You know, I've never just left it.
Use
Okay.
your shit. You have it.
You
I'm gonna
have
save those. I'm gonna save the inspiration for when the bagman comes for me because I failed in the mission that he sent me on. Guys, come on.
I haven't failed yet. Still find her.
He didn't actually
So
tell.
sorry, Keli, what was yours?
15.
Okay, you're okay.
No, she's not.
Regarding this, you're okay.
Yeah.
Sly, you take a stress effect, but additionally, you take another seed of fear. It sort of lines into your space is infinite, but so is life. Especially with the idea of souls that get recycled. There's this ongoing, never-ending cycle of death and rebirth. But now you
Wouldn't
know
would
that
mess me up. Sorry.
now you know that isn't true.
There we go.
So, the rest of you, you're okay. A little weirded out that this thing just kind of light bombed you, but you're all right. Yes, Cedar.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Out of character moves. When he came through the vines, was any of that something? Wait, because you did mention the torture that the people who passed through here. Did he see any of that as well?
You saw different
Okay, just checking.
stuff.
Just for note purposes.
They're hags. I mean,
yeah, it's their daily.
Torturing and eating people's kind of their thing.
It's their thing. Okay, Reggie.
It's kind of the thing, you know. Okay. So, Des, the body's going to take a little bit longer, probably at least 3 or 4 hours before you get to a point where you can just sort of peel off what's left and go. The rest of you, what are you doing?
Well,
Let's get the hell out of here.
That's gonna be interesting.
Zira's on the ceiling because she got scared.
There is no ceiling. It's the sky.
Brazier is floating out of bounds.
Yeah, Athelstan just like puts out his hands like in Hercules when the donkey comes flying out of the sky.
Yeah.
Just like catches Razira when Razira comes back down.
Atlas?
Atlas?
You asked me a question earlier.
What did I ask earlier?
You sent me what the bagman said.
Yeah, I did.
He sent me on a mission to find his sister, who is a bog witch, working as a baker, making pastries that have kids in them, I guess.
Oh yeah,
I
the
found
green
those.
pastries.
He said the coven must stay at 3. Obviously it was more than 3, so he wanted me to find the sister, save the children, and take them to a Velaki orphanage. That's all he told me.
Well, it doesn't have to be in order, right? We could take the children back now and then find Morgantha stuff, right?
Well, and the coven's down below 3 now.
I was gonna say we
We
did
kinda
technically do what he
succeeded.
wanted us to.
Well, either way,
Why don't we just go to the orphanage and be like, hey, is this good enough? I'm a good negotiator.
while I
I'm pretty good too.
am
Nobody but me is going to be talking to the bagman. Don't worry, I'm not going to let that happen.
Oh, but
while I am inclined to agree that this is possibly something that could meet the requirements that were apparently set before you, I also must stress that there's still 2 alive, meaning that they hold grudges. You've stolen from them. You've stolen the lives of their coven, but and who knows whether or not the hags are usually fairly solitary folk, but they all know each other, and they don't take kindly to all this. So we'll have to. Well, we're already watching our backs as it is. So what's another?
Meanwhile, we just suddenly get freaking mail from other hags like, "Thank you for killing these bitches. I didn't like them anyway."
Yeah. To whom it may concern, thank you for taking care of that oaf Tish. She owed me, but the only problem is she owed me money, so you'll be taking on the debt.
And with that, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Hello, we're back. And only mildly traumatized. I can't tell if Rob is flipping me off subtly or not.
No.
Okay. So, Des is staying behind in the bog. The rest of you, what are you doing?
Having a nat 1 on a pasta roll, so
I assume
Yes.
we're leaving with us to go to the orphanage.
Guess we're going back up.
Right.
Athelstan will lead the way.
Okay.
And ask for a peaceful passage again.
All right. So you watch Athelstan commune with this doorway. It's hard to say because it's a tree, but as Athelstan puts their hand up against it, it opens into a 7-foot tall archway that shows some stairway, like a stone staircase heading upward. Heading up the stairs, you feel the change in temperature after like 2 minutes. The humidity and that sort of earthy stink fall away to to be replaced by the chill that you're familiar with from Barovia and the smell of the tea house and the windmill and the actual contents of the windmill, but also that sort of crisp snow in the air smell that Barovia has. You make it up to the tea house, or what was the tea house, but now you see it for what it actually is. The room is decaying, rotting. There's bones everywhere. You can hear the chirping of frogs from a chest in the corner. And you can see on the ground just this sort of smattering of pollen, except for a bit of a silhouette of where Athelstan had been standing when he got blasted in the face by it. You can see where Gordon had breached the door, and it now hangs off of its hinges. And you also see the scrying pattern that's been carved into the floor, now revealed after the hag's head swept.
Before, I think Athelstan is like holding the door, and before he follows after, he'll look back at Dez and say, "I will be burning this windmill to the ground as soon as possible. Meet us."
If you'd like, I can do it on my way out.
That'll be interesting. Have fun. You made me a promise, Des.
And I did not break it. You told me to make the mask. I put the mask on her. You told me not to show Kilai. I did not show Kilai.
You should have been a bard. And he walks up the stairs, letting the vines close away behind him. When he gets to the top of the stairs and comes out of the armoire, he like looks at his imprint on the floor. And he's just like kind of, and he kicks it away. And then he looks at the bottles. He really wanted to look at them earlier. Any of them labeled?
No, none of the bottles in the cabinet are labeled. As I said before, they're all in sort of like earthenware or gourds that have been hardened and like petrified basically, and then they're sealed with wax.
We're gonna trash this place.
Once we, take some stuff.
Yes.
If there's anything.
Take anything valuable, trash it, and burn it. This will not be their nest any longer.
We agree, so we do it.
I'll be
Zira
right
can't
back.
find anything.
I'm gonna go check on the 9 children out in the bushes.
Razira gets a face full of pollen and just starts sneezing like hell again.
Oh yeah, when he kicked it. Don't breathe that in, it's poisonous.
Okay.
Do I have to make an investigation to find these kids? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. No, you don't need to make an investigation to find the children, but if you are trying to find anything valuable in the windmill, you will have to roll for that investigation.
He doesn't care. He'll just go out to the children and like get low again and speak softly to them, I guess. He'll climb into a thicket. Move
just
over.
realized
Move
something.
over.
Both me and Sly have gotten double nat ones tonight. Both in a row.
Nice. So Razira and Breeze, you don't really find anything.
There's obviously nothing good here.
Could I roll an
Razira doesn't.
investigation?
Yeah, of course.
Razira does not answer. She is still sneezing her
Sly,
head
there's
off.
gotta be something here.
I'll
Like,
roll 2. Why not?
can't get another one, right?
Don't call it. Hello.
Alice with 13. What do you got, Sly?
Oh wait, I want to do a
Not
thing.
yet.
20.
I want to use my thingamajig.
Your
my,
wheel and woe?
An
yeah, my wheel
18.
and woe. I'll go wheel.
The bar and all the
Now it's
door.
a
Wheel.
I have a +2, Sly, so that's a dirty 20.
Thank God.
And a 18 for Atlas. Okay. So you find a variety of these earthenware bottles. Now, Athelstan didn't see any writing on them. Atlas, you do. You see a variety of names on these, actually. They're not things like potion of healing or potion of fire breath or whatever. You see things named like mother's milk, bitter divorce.
Boobies?
What?
He just says it out
Mother's
loud.
milk. Is it white?
You can't open it. I mean, do you open it? It's sealed with wax right now.
No.
No?
What language is it in?
It's in Druidic.
I hold this one up and he says, "This one says mother's milk."
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay, we open it because nobody stopped out.
That little cork sound.
What's
Big
that?
ass sneeze in the background.
It's hard to see because it's dark in there. But it looks like a
I cast light.
milkish white liquid. Smells a little bit sweet.
No, not this. It smells kind of sweet. It might be milk, but I don't know whose mom's milk it is and why they milked the mom. I'm gonna,
Cork it.
yeah.
Okay.
How big is the
Ground.
Sorry?
How big are they? Like, are they travel sized?
Oh yeah, they're about the same size as a potion bottle. They're just not in glassware. They're in like petrified gourds or earthenware, clay, or whatever.
Atlas feels like a petrified gourd reading these labels.
Hi, Shy.
I'm gonna just leave Fantasy Grounds. I got
This
screenshots.
is all written in Druidic. Does any Atlas read some of the names out loud to see if anybody wants any of them?
Do they sound like alchemy ingredients? Like, given what Keelai has learned about alchemy?
You do know that there are some alchemical ingredients that have like nicknames. You also think it might be something to do with what they deal with. So like mother's milk might be something sweet and comforting.
Ooh.
The frog in the throat might be something to help with like laryngitis.
Okay, they're medicines, kind of. I explained this to Atlas. I mean, if you want to bring them, Atlas, we can, but I don't... Given where they came from, I don't know what they will do. we should go.
There's also a bunch of chickens and frogs.
Well,
That
So you're
tracks.
chasing them all over the place.
So you guys leave?
Yeah, we'll
We're gonna
go
let
out
the
and find
chickens and
Athelstan.
frogs out.
You
I'm
want
gonna let the
to.
chickens and frogs out.
It's like the scene in Sword in the Stone when he lets the frogs out and they're just all over the place and running out of the house into the swamp.
Atlas just puts like all the earthenware bottles that he can into his bag.
You have a bag of holding, right?
I don't think Atlas
No, I'm
has
gonna
one.
say, Athelstan, can I borrow you?
Athelstan's not in the bone grinder right now.
I
I
have
got one too,
mine.
by the way.
I have one as well.
Eli,
Well,
can
I
I
have a
put the
handy habit
potions in
bag.
your bag?
Yeah, of course, Atlas.
Yes.
All right, I'll put that parcel together and it'll be in the party sheet for next session.
Thanks.
No problem.
If you go outside, you can hear a bush near the road singing softly.
Is it the boob tree from The Last Unicorn?
No, it's the penis tree from the nun illumination.
God. Anyways,
So you go out, and at this point, Athelstan, Ez has arrived. She's helping some of the kids that maybe have like scuffed knees and boo-boos. She's giving like food to the ones that look like they really, really need it. Like they need
Yeah.
something before they have a decent meal.
He's helping out with that.
Yeah.
He's got Bobby like half asleep on his shoulder.
The other Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only Bobby.
The only Bobby.
But he doesn't say that. Not again.
Sorry. So fucking dark.
Can he be surprised though? Can this Bobby?
No, but there is a kid in there named Potter, and he's like, I can't be surprised. I'm never surprised.
Captain Drake puts the
And he's
kid.
just like helping them, like putting them in the back of the wagon and shit like that. Like, ew. Sorry, actually, I've heard frog legs are not too bad, Liz. Anyway,
They aren't.
he's like
Chicken.
It's like, well,
Okay,
Oh,
stuffed in.
it's like Ellie has
Come for
a bit of a Ellie has a fractured scapula. Be careful. Junie, where's your brother?
Junie and his brother Hunter.
Is that a reference?
Yeah,
Warlocks and
Junie and
Waffles.
Hunter.
Oh, sorry.
So you gather the kids and start heading back to Vallaki. Yes? It is late evening. So you only make it a little bit before you think it's probably going to be a good idea to camp, because traveling at night in Barovia is unwise.
Yeah.
Traveling in Barovia in general is unwise. Being anywhere in Barovia is
Being a native to Barovia is a bad idea.
Barovia, bad idea.
Athelstan told us.
Is no
that-
Barovia, is no danger.
Athelstan told us that Dez was gonna light
Yeah.
the place up, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's why he says we're trashing the place. We're gonna steal everything that's useful. We're gonna trash it, and then Dez's gonna
Nothing
burn
was
it
useful.
down.
Right.
That's
so,
what he said before he went out to the kids, and he's just like, I think
Yeah.
he's just walking with the kid, and with the kids. What are you doing? Sorry.
No, you're okay. So you do make it a little bit up the road, but the way the road goes, it actually heads north, and then there's a bit of a switchback to bring you back south before it heads north again. So you get to that sort of downward southern part that actually overlooks the bone grinder. You can see it out in its clearing. Des, tell me what you do for the couple hours that you need to cook a hag.
I take that ridiculous bag off of her head.
Okay.
She's like,
Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I then just patiently wait for it to cook away. Kind of hoping maybe someone will come back.
character development. He doesn't want to be alone.
I'm not really speaking about my party.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm staying on my toes.
All right. Make an Arcana check.
You're gonna have to help me out here.
Yep.
12 plus whatever my Arcana is.
17.
Okay, 17 it is.
So it takes about 3.5 hours for the hag to be divested of their flesh and sinew. At
If I can take if I'm taking out like bones at a time, I like use the leather working tools to kind of clean them up and then just sit them nicely in a pile beside the pot.
Okay.
He's got oven mitts on. Little apron.
Yeah. So they're not what you would call bleached bones because they need the sun and vinegar and stuff like that to get to that point.
A good time.
Yeah. But the thing is too that they are hag bones. So even the sort of like yellowish components that you would expect, they're not. They have these sort of like green veins through them. Which is weird because you pulled the veins off already. But it's actually like in the bone. Like carved into the bone almost. And as you set the last bone, the whole thing begins to rattle. And there's like a vibration in the bones themselves. And they begin to pull themselves together.
Ooh.
This green sinew, this green veins inside of the bones themselves almost begin to act like ligaments as it pulls the joints together until this 8.5 foot tall hag skeleton is standing before you, rattling.
I look at my ghoul. I'm like, this was very unexpected.
He's got a new pet.
Can you understand me?
There's sort of this creaky rattling sound and as it like bends its head in a nod.
Are you still in there, Sarah, with an H? I was hoping to use your bones for spell components, but apparently that's not going to happen. So what now?
There's no noise except the rattling. And you begin to see these sort of veiny ligaments grow and bloom a little bit, spreading out, covering the bone in just this very thin membrane.
I'm gonna I'll be like, may I? So I would like to touch it.
So in comparison, you know those tiny hands I sent you?
Yes.
It's
Yes,
like your hands.
I know
and then
them
these
well.
Big hag skelly hand just kind of drapes over
Click, 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 click.
and curls, and like you can feel the fingers kind of like wrap around the other side and come up under her palm around your hand.
Like 8 joints.
Yeah. It's unnerving. It's unsettling. And it rattles the entire time.
Like, you're beautiful. Would you like to come with me?
The very thin membrane that's sort of begun to develop across her teeth pulls in what you think might be a smile.
They already hate me, but they are not going to like you. Would you be opposed to wearing a bag over your head?
Just Donald ducking it, bag on the head.
Never mind, like, the saggy witch titties and, like...
I thought it was just bones!
Are those there? Is there enough meat there for titties?
Do the saggy boobs have bones?
You can see the development. Like,
could I mate with it?
It's getting to that point. The membrane is starting to almost, like, swell with blood and muscle. And you can see it, like, slowly regenerating.
Bill would smash.
I'd have to see some sexy fan art first, but maybe.
Hey, did you know that you can join our community on Discord to see cool fan art?
Including naked fan art.
Not safe for work fan art specifically while being naked and doing debaucherous things.
Like,
I really
you could also
wanted
be
your...
naked.
I really wanted the bones.
Well, you can always kill her again if you want to.
No. I'm just gonna take my dagger out and go like cut a jawbone off one of the other dead hags.
Okay.
I don't think anybody took them.
No. Everybody basically like went through their
I'll
shit
just like,
and left them.
Madam, please wait here for one moment, please. While I go and dismember one of your sisters.
You think the one that got tentacle fucked in the face and like head and skull would probably be the easiest one because the jaw is still intact.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Well, I mean, it's like
Well,
obviously off the rest of the skull and it's split in half.
It is not all a loss here. I will take the jawbone.
Okay.
I will consider the eye socket for a moment, and no, the jawbone will do.
Okay.
Would you like to come with me, friend?
Sort of moves towards you very gingerly, like every step is absolute agony.
like my dog, very gingery.
I would like to help you somehow. Let me think.
Did he just make a bone hag? That's so much worse than a night hag.
I don't know how long my telekinesis works, but like I could carry you.
I think it's an hour, maybe 10 minutes.
I can cast it multiple times, so I will lift her. I'll be like, no, you rest, my darling. Would you prefer horizontal or vertical?
10
How would you like
minutes.
me? Oh, that's not a lot.
It would be enough to get her up the stairs at least.
Do I have tensors in my bag of spells?
Sorry, what?
Tensors, floating disc. Tensors, floating disc.
Oh, let me check.
Clearly, I will have to add this to my repertoire if I'm going to carry my darling around.
Oh my god.
This is becoming like just a macabre.
I make sure that I do not. I make sure that I still acknowledge my ghoul. I don't want jealousy.
He found a new toy. You gonna put this one in a red low-cut dress too?
I did well.
It would have to be real low.
Look, we're all getting there.
Just
Like,
remember, hags can make themselves look like whatever they want to.
This is what in
We
the
are
Tim
all getting
Burton
there.
film. What in the Tim Burton film?
You're welcome.
I have created life.
I do not see Tensor's floating disc, unfortunately.
Well, suck it up. Let's go.
You do have an enlarge reduce.
Oh, how long does that last for?
I believe that is a
Pocket hag.
1 minute? 5th edition, just
Ruined everything.
yeah,
they did. There are some spells that they just fucked.
yeah, 1 minute.
It's like Sims 2 and then Sims 3 came
Because I
out
could
to
make
blame
you a
everything.
little hag skeleton, and you could have been carried by my ghoul. I would have a undead backpack.
Or you can both be carried by a big ghoul.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize to her. I'm like, does it hurt to walk?
You don't even need to ask. Like it's obvious that it hurts.
I do anyways.
The bone on bone.
I'm fine with making it feel uncomfortable.
She nods.
Okay.
Okay. So you head up the stairs and you can see that the people you currently travel with have trashed the inside of the bone grinder.
Yeah, there's
Fucking
claw marks
animals,
everywhere.
god damn it. I look at her, I'm like, did you have anything secret hidden away here you could show me that maybe they did not get?
She just points back down the stairs and shakes her head.
All right. Well, we best get out. I promised them that I would burn this place down.
Doesn't seem to have an opinion on that.
Very good. When we step outside, I will fireball this place.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to throw 4 fireballs in if you want to burn those little spells.
No, because Kila is still angry at me. I will need some spell power. So I will throw 1 fireball just to get it burning.
Okay. It might take a little bit more than that just because the first 2 floors are stone, but you can see some things inside are catching.
But the insides will gut, right?
Yes.
I did not say it had to be ash to
That's fair.
Athelstan. I just said I would burn it, so I burnt it.
Okay. Yeah, you do that.
Said
That's easy
burn
enough.
down.
Sure, it is burned down. They will not be making anything in this. Like the big blades and the wooden parts are burning. So they will not make it. It would take a lot of
He's
work.
having this conversation with himself. I love it.
No, I have 2 women here with me. I have a harem now, and it's going fine. So, all right, ladies, let's go.
The new episode's name is Dez's Harem.
Oh, God. Okay.
And it's going fine.
Everything's fine. Yeah, you're able to get it started, at least. Party, did you, I don't know, release the chickens and frogs?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
said I
They did say
specifically said I
that.
did.
Okay, just
Yeah,
making sure
Bree
that I
said
heard that
that.
correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I would have burned those
we're
fucking
not here-
chickens and
yeah,
frogs. I did not
we're
care.
making Kentucky Fried Chicken or.
I mean, they're probably out getting eaten by wolves anyway.
Yeah, probably.
What the
Better to be
sure,
ripped to
that's
shreds before burning to death.
I'm gonna do the
Or
epic.
better
I'm gonna
yet,
do the
it's
epic
Knuckle
walk
Tail
away. Like
Squirrel's
once it's burning,
origin story.
I raise my hood over my crown, and
In
then I
slow
turn like
motion.
some sort of dark, angsty wizard, and I walk away with my 2 undead behind me, and there's slow motion and
And there's a light
hauntingly-
explosion.
yes, and then a Michael Bay explosion behind us.
Knocks him on his,
Aw.
Yeah,
then knocks
which
him on
knocks
his
him on his
ass and
ass.
burns away the
No, but
back end of his robe.
Don't worry, nobody saw that.
Just roll a D100 for me, Jer.
Michael
Jesus.
Bay appears.
Walks away with
It is.
walks away
Oh,
with his
You're not going to believe this. I rolled a 69.
Nice.
it
Uh,
is. It's
I
a
know.
flour mill.
I know. That's what I was just thinking.
I just
Listen, a minute ago, wait a minute. A minute ago, you were like, "Oh, it's gonna take more than 1 fireball." Now
Yeah,
you're like,
but
"Oh no,
then
it could
I
totally,
thought
it could
about
totally mass explode and hurt you because you just tried too cool to walk away."
No, I'm
no.
not going there. I'm not.
We're
You're not
allowing
going to
it.
be
She's allowing the
injured
explosion.
by this at all. However, because it is a flour mill and it was making bone flour, and you probably think it was probably making wheat flour before that. Flour is extremely flammable.
Poof.
Same.
Especially when you put it in
only,
barrels.
only if it gets
It has
Into
to
the
be,
air.
yeah.
only if it
No,
gets
if you
nested.
if you put flour in barrels and you light that shit on fire, it will blow apart stone.
It's worse than a keg.
Hey,
I
Oh,
got
thought it
that.
Well, I
thought it
learned
had
something
to
new
be,
today.
like projectile before it.
disclaimer, don't light flour on fire at your
Yeah,
assembly.
but we
Yes,
kind
don't-
of trashed the place. So
Yeah,
it's
we trashed the place.
everywhere.
And it has to be
Yes.
dry, I think.
It would have been dry. Like down in the
Okay.
swamp, it was like
I don't
humid
care.
and icky.
Burn it all down.
But you
We're
can
trying
feel
to
the
have
heat
fun.
on your back as the fire snakes up the stairs, taking on the wood of the third and fourth floor, spreading out across the
Blades.
blades. Thank you.
The sails, yeah.
The sails, the blades, and
Blade sounds more
Many
badass.
things.
spinny thing. Don Quixote's arch nemesis.
Sails.
Yeah. Good. Tilt at it.
Big old little flashy spinny aroundy.
And the whole thing is on fire. And from where the rest of you are, sort of up on this like sloping upward hillside, you can see that the bone grinder is currently engulfed in flames.
Just goes poof, and we all just kind of look over from dinner.
This is done.
Mm.
Either that or he's dead.
Either way, what bliss. Mm.
Des, do you head for the road towards Vallaki?
Yeah.
Okay. Takes you about an hour-ish for you and your harem to
Thank
find
you.
where the party is camped.
Is it a harem if it's only 2?
Why not?
No, it's a thruple.
Are you all dating each other?
I don't know.
Or is it a hinge thing?
Yeah.
It's just sort of the skin and bones of it right now.
Ah,
It's not the only bone.
Give it time to develop.
She also has horribly long arms with several elbow joints, so it's just like...
Well, if I see the camp, I'm gonna turn to the girls. I'm gonna be like, you should probably wait down here. I'll break the news to them. They're not expecting guests, and
Probably a good call.
by this point, the hag, Sarah with an H, has
it's HSRU.
has developed to the point where you can see the skin is starting to react to gravity. So it's starting to like wrinkle and pull, and
It happens to the best of us and the
She's-
worst of us.
She's butt-ass
You are-
naked.
I'm
I'm
like,
just
you are
saying.
coming. You are coming along very nicely. This is a very fast regenerative process. I did not expect that.
it's not complete by any means. Like her skin is still translucent. You can still see the blood pumping under her skin. You can see the muscles moving. It's very visceral. But yeah.
Just wait here. They don't react well to people like us. very
Gabriella
judgy.
just stands there. The hag nods.
Clickety-clackety.
And then I'll head up to camp.
So in the hour-ish, well, the 4 hours that you guys have been from the bone grinder, traveled an hour, so about 3 hours you've been in camp. What have you been doing?
Dinner.
Okay.
Making dinner.
All right. Anything else?
Hunting in the area.
Sure. Make a survival check.
Alone? Well, you're a giant tiger, so I'm sure any wolf that sees you is going to be like, what the fuck?
24.
Okay. Yeah. You. Say you find a 12-point buck.
Oh,
Jeez.
yeah. Athelstan will fucking take care of that. He'll hang it up, bleed it, skin, deep gut, all the good stuff.
Okay. So you prepare venison for dinner. Desert-
Immediately the back straps, yeah.
Anybody doing anything else in the interim? Eli?
Liz making she's making a lantern. Like a paper lantern.
Okay. Atlas?
I'll also sleep or take watch depending on what people want to do.
Okay. Sly?
Should probably sleep since there's a stress effect and stuff.
True.
Gordon?
You look for him?
Just for the audience's sake.
He's
Okay.
not with you.
Pardon? Well, I'm gonna go look around.
Okay.
But I'm gonna put my hood up and be sneaky.
All right. Need a stealth check. You make it at advantage.
Was he with us when we left when we left the windmill?
He
I'm
came up
going
the
to
stairs
use
with
an
you.
inspiration and re-roll that 6.
You have advantage, so you would roll twice anyway. And take the higher.
He rolled high enough to get past all of our passive perceptions.
I'm gonna roll that again because it bounced off my phone.
You are
and
passive.
it was a 2, so I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Of course, Fantasy Grounds has crashed, and I didn't notice. Hold on.
I
Okay,
have
no,
your
it is
passive.
Okay.
I'm taking the 6.
I think
Okay,
my
yes.
passive is actually a 34.
It's an 18, but nice try.
That's
I don't
pretty
know
good,
what
though.
the, like, on top of it is, though.
Yep. You have a plus 10 stealth. So 16. You don't really see any trace of him.
Well, I don't stop looking.
Okay. You're out looking when Des comes walking up the path. For a moment, you see a large figure following him, and you think it might be Gordon, but
Sprint.
okay. Des, make a perception check.
Do you have my stuff?
I do.
14 is what I rolled.
Okay, you don't notice Sly's approach. Surprisingly. So Sly, you see Gabriella and a massive thing, but it's definitely not Gordon.
I guess I just turn around and sprint back to Bestie, and I'll just, like, take a running leap onto the shoulder and be like, Des
He's
is
like
something
elbows
with him.
deep in blood.
No, Des is something with him, and it's not Gordon, and it's not good, and I don't know what the fuck it is, but oh my god, it's naked and tall, and oh my god. I'm just, like, panicking.
What? What did you say about Gordon?
I don't know where Gordon is. I can't find him. I thought he was with Des, and he's not with Des, but there's this really tall thing that's, like, falling apart, sort of, or coming together. I don't know. Can I tell that? Do I know what it is?
No.
It looks like a tall, old
You would
woman.
think like a golem.
Yeah. I say that.
A golem.
I don't
Rosita.
know. I don't know.
He like steps back into camp. I imagine that he's probably tossed you one of the whole legs, you know, because you raw, of course. Rosita. Gordon's missing. Track him. Please.
21 on a survival.
You find no trace of Gordon.
Do you tell everybody this?
Yeah, I mean he's standing at the fire. He's got Sly on one shoulder. He's up to his elbows in deer blood, and
That
Gordon's
was
gone.
cast locate. I just need to check if I have the spell slots for this. Hold on.
I'm just like hysterical. It's fine. I'm
No,
just like,
I cast locate creature on Gordon.
Okay,
and
what's
I'm
the
rambling
range on
about
that?
The
tall
range
thing.
is only 1,000 feet. I can put the thing in the chat so
You
you
got
can
it.
read it. Because it says if it's within 1,000 feet, if the creature is moving, I know the direction of the movement as well.
How many feet are in a mile?
5,000.
5,280.
Thank you.
You think that we learned this in the
Nerds.
American education system?
5 tomatoes.
Do you think D&D was written by an American?
Yes.
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 Written by one whole American. Anyway.
He's not within 1,000 feet.
Damn it. Atlas would say he's not within 1,000 feet of us, so that's not good.
Fuck. How far off is the bone grinder?
It's within a mile.
Okay. I don't know how much time has passed, and I think I roll a d6 to see how many hours it takes to be able to use my wings again.
Mhm.
And I just rolled a 1 on a
Okay.
d6.
Yeah, your wings are back.
Okay.
Hang on, we
Okay.
got people that can send, assuming they
any
have
slots,
spell
Eli?
slots.
You have
Don't
any
have
feeling?
that spell prepared today.
Oh.
Fuck.
Hey,
He's a-
Ez, can you use sending?
From my stone, yes.
Oh.
He
Hey,
doesn't
hey,
have a stone.
Bobby. Can you know how to use
Yeah?
sending?
What's sending?
No, fuck.
That is a
Am I?
Atlas.
I'm the
Allison.
worst, Bobby.
Oh, Bobby, it's okay.
Bestie?
I'm also the worst Atlas.
Oh my goodness.
Sly.
give me the crystal.
You are designing this session to specifically hurt
What
Sly
crystal?
out. You are so cruel, but I
The one
love
that you
it.
took from me,
As
please.
I didn't take it. I didn't take it from
You
you.
know what?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just please. Please. Bestie.
It's not gonna be able to find him.
I just really need you to trust me on this one.
I'll have to attune to it to use it.
Got it. Thank you.
He reaches into his shirt and he takes out a small. I think he keeps it in his fist, but but between his knuckles, he there's like a small glint of amber light for anybody who sees, and he like breaks a cord around his neck, and he puts it into your hands, subsequently getting you covered in deer blood.
Doesn't matter.
I don't think she cares.
We can
Thanks,
retrace.
bestie.
We can retrace his steps. He was with us. He was with you in the Bonegrinder. It's been an hour or like an hour and a half. No, it's been 3 hours. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Zeta, come on. We'll get there we can get there faster. Either we go there now, or we wait till morning when there's some semblance of light when we can fucking see. But by then, wherever he's gone or whatever's happened to him might be too late.
We're not waiting.
Okay. He's saying this all aloud at around the fire at the party.
Mm-hmm.
Atlas is fine with doing whatever everybody else wants.
It's not exactly keen to travel at night here, as I'm sure everyone knows. Des walk into camp yet?
I don't know. Does he?
Yeah, about that time you would arrive at camp. Alone.
You just see Atlas bent down, holding only Bobby too.
I thought he was in the
send.
So
was in
I
the
did what you
carriage.
said. I burned the bone grinder down.
Did you see Gordon?
No. You didn't tell me to watch for Gordon.
I I was just asking.
But I had a very interesting time with my bones.
I've heard something about that.
Yeah.
So what is exactly our plan to do out of character? Just to refresh Maggie.
I think Athelstan is getting ready to bust out the wings with because Sly is not going to let this go until morning. Razira, as far as he knows, is one of the better trackers in the party, having been a hunter, and also having fairly animalistic abilities and such. So
You look around and
last time-
Razira's gone.
fucking hell.
Wild shapes.
Somebody get a leash for that.
And he's like, put a bell
bell
around
around.
her neck. Put a bell around their neck. God's damn it. Desirous, do you have any spells that may locate Gordon right now or be able to speak with him at a distance?
Locate object does not work right now.
Locate object?
That's what I tried.
Or
I thought
person.
it was creature.
Same thing.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know.
I would need. Hang on.
Does
Can I try to
Gordon
get
have
it
a
in my
bag of
character sheet
holding?
and we'll see.
It froze, so no. Oh,
It
there
went
goes.
down again.
Yep.
Okay.
Hang on, I've got your
There's-
sheet here.
As I was in the middle of sending you a message that Razira was heading back towards the mill, trying to keep an eye out for Gordon, trying to
Yeah.
pick up on his scent.
I figured that was the case when you changed your form and sent a stealth check.
Atlas would tell Athelstan that he can also fly. So he'll become an eagle and he'll fly around and he could ask other animals or plants.
Yes.
Which they are always very helpful, as we know.
Oh,
There you go.
terribly.
You don't need me. It's okay.
We do need you. You're part of the party. You're a friend, Des, and
It sounds like you all have it covered very well.
we actually don't. That's why we're panicking and scrambling. I assume Bobby's just crying this whole time.
Yes.
Atlas is just holding Bobby, just like Bob and the Bobby. Wait, is this Bob, but as a kid?
Was Fixius before?
No, it couldn't be because they're like the time is that-
Actually, he
Sorry.
I
has.
said it before. Bobby is just that vampire from the Sea of Sorrows, just as a little kid.
Mm.
it's
With the
Dunamancy.
time changes
Dunamancy.
between realms, it could be at any point, y'all.
Yeah. Also, he's been through some shit. Anyway, so what are you doing? Sorry, Shy is literally tearing around the house like a demon right now. Athelstan will step back to the trees for a moment while they're commiserating. Let the bark meet bark with bark and ask the trees and the mycelium attached to them to find him.
Make a nature check.
I'll just like
Plus
look at
5.
Des.
Yeah, thank you.
If I find out that
Okay,
you have
pinecone dice or
anything
Canadian dice?
with this, I will kill you myself.
What?
Canadian dice because you can use code the Vactera at checkout to get 15% off,
Why
including
can
on
you-
my dice pick of the week, Norseman.
Say that again, Sly.
I said I'll look over at Des and say, if I found out that you had anything to do with this, I will kill you myself. Slowly. Painfully.
The
Mhm.
natural 20 in this game so long. Sorry.
I'm so afraid of your shoes. The truth of the matter is, without your big minotaur, I don't think you're very much.
Athelstan just hisses.
Well,
Shut up!
But by all means, get in
I
line
come in-
behind
I'm
Eli.
listening! You two can fight it out later. Give me a sec.
West.
Oh fuck. Okay, that's not in the direction of the Bonegrinder at all. Like what? Like God's. Hang on, we got a map of Barovia, didn't we? I thought I screenshotted
It's
it.
in
It's
the
towards
direction of
Valaki.
the freaking lake.
Well, Valaki and the lake are all in one place, but
The lakey.
maybe he just found better friends.
Des, just shut up for a second, please. How far? How far?
Miles.
As the crow flies.
Far.
Okay. He's heading west. I need to pull the map of Barovia because this is driving me nuts. I'm sorry. He's far out of our grasp right now, so we can either. I can only fly for an hour. Or is it still an hour? Okay.
How long would my wild shape last?
I think it's
Uh,
Like half your druid level or something like that.
Yeah,
or
you're
so
like-
like 4
your,
hours.
whatever your modifier is or something like that. Yeah.
I could fly for 4 hours, but I
Yeah,
don't
but as
think
a
I could
giant
do
eagle, you
much
can
on
only
my
carry
own
one.
besides Spot.
How long does polymorph last?
An
Is
hour.
it an hour? Okay.
I could
have
cover
been
more. I
tried,
could cover
but
more
I don't know
ground.
how it works.
I could cover more ground as a dragon. And I can see. He's so west from the Bonegrinder, I'm assuming.
West from where you touched the tree.
And we're in the little bumps in the or we on the switchback closer to Valaki, I'm sorry.
You know how it goes up and then back down?
Mm-hmm.
You're on that downward dip.
Okay. That little downward dip.
Eli, did you
He's
try to divinely intervention today and ask your son or anybody questions?
Haven't yet.
Did you want to try maybe?
Sure.
I believe in your son and you, Eli.
he wouldn't just leave Sly.
Divine intervention's a D100, right?
And you have to level 9 or lower?
He
Mhm.
might.
Breeze.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
I wrapped up his ear and then he was walking around and then
How many heartstones do you have?
5.
me.
Fuck.
I rolled a 15.
Oh, does anybody have
Oh.
something that can bring down a number? I haven't.
Not
either.
on those.
Not on those.
Oh, not on those. That sucks.
Just D20s.
You have a
It's like
whoa.
5 d20s. I'm good at math again.
That was
Yeah, but
closest I think I've
D20
ever come to that
rolls.
spell working.
That's so fucking close.
He's either heading toward Valaki or beyond. I don't know.
Did Gordon have a bag of holding on him?
Wait, no, I had 5. I had all 5 with me. Where's
He did.
the 5th? No, I had all 5.
You have
How
4.
many do you have now?
4.
No, but it exploded, remember?
No, that was
No,
we had
no,
6.
there were.
There
we
was
had
6 altogether, and
We burned
there's one
one.
missing.
I
We
have
exploded
one.
What?
I have one. I never gave it back to you.
Then I only have 3.
Okay.
I'm guessing.
That's good.
Athelstan does not have one.
Fuck. He's like he like
Okay,
goes to get it
where's
and
yours?
he's like
I don't know what this means.
Okay, he took one of the
I am-
stones. Did he keep anything back? Did he not tell us something about what these were?
don't put them together.
Maybe when he identified it, it took him over?
I don't think it
Or
works
maybe
like that.
when they were attacking him, they did something to him?
Or when the stone exploded, didn't you guys say that you guys saw something bad?
Yeah, we saw a life end.
Maybe he saw something too.
All right. I guess we'll meet in the morning in Vallaki. I have my stone. Razir will be back, I'm sure, if she's heading toward the Bonegrinder. He's heading west.
Did you want me to fly or no?
You can save it. I'll fly.
Don't
You don't want us
go
to
by
go- you
yourself,
wanna-
Athelstan.
I'm not going to go by myself. Sly obviously isn't going to let me go by myself. Not that I actually want
No
to travel around by myself around here. Anybody else who wants to come, I can only carry one more.
Well, I can fly.
And as a
That's
giant
why
eagle,
not.
you can carry one as well.
I can only carry one other aside from Sly, and you can carry another.
So couldn't we all kind of go then?
Yeah? Well, other than Dez's friends.
I'm not terribly keen on them. No offense, Des.
Des, did you want me to wait back with you?
I have done very well on my own.
That doesn't make me any less worried for you.
I'm going.
You're not
He
on
walks-
your own when you have a ghoul with you.
He walks out of camp
That's fair.
toward the road.
Okay.
And looks down to where Sly indicated that these things were.
They weren't just left in the
Oh,
road.
sorry.
So
Oh, okay.
you don't see anything.
Cool. As he's walking, he'll like slowly like lean down, start prowling on all fours, and just like grow into this massive silver dragon.
Okay.
Shake
But-
out all them scales.
You're going with Athelstan? Sly's frozen.
Sorry,
Reese,
Frozen.
what are you doing?
Staying with everybody else.
Atlas is staying as well.
Yeah, Atlas isn't gonna go with them because he's afraid he's gonna make it worse.
Because a couple people gotta be able to fly.
Eli?
I don't have anything that I can go with them, so I have to stay behind.
Athelstan will like turn around and carefully dip his big old snoot back into camp and bump it against everybody except for Dez because he kind of gets the idea.
He's a
that-
dragon now.
Yes.
Sly hops on your back.
Silver, no less. There's some irony there.
I can be many colors.
Just so I know, what color kind of dragon was Ebb?
Black. He can
Black.
turn into a black dragon too.
Ebb is
Yeah,
a shadow
I know.
dragon.
Yeah.
Ebb is something completely different. Ebb is a shadow dragon.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
very
okay.
different than a black dragon.
Her
Oop.
color is black
Uh,
and like iridescent, like purples and shit.
Yeah.
She
She's
looks like she's made out of smoke, kind of, right?
so
Yeah.
cool. It's
Yeah.
kind of hot.
Or, shadow.
yeah. Smoke, shadow. Same thing.
He boops Breeze with his little snoot last. With
Gay.
his big snoot. Yes, it is gay. And he just huffs. Alright. I'll just turn around and go and walk a little way from camp so that way the updraft doesn't hurt anybody. Hang on. And it just goes.
Okay.
You're riding a dragon, Sly. A weedy big dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bye.
And she's
And
She's
we're
having
gone.
some major
yeah.
issues, so
Yeah.
she's trying to get it to work. All right, so
God, I'm sorry. This is a nightmare.
that's okay.
You're on a dragon. We're flying.
Putting Rob back on the screen because he was all cut off on the face.
Oh no, Rob! Rob, what happened to your little face?
I cut it off.
Just like Ghoul Briella.
So you take off with Sly on your back, and you can feel how hard her heart is beating as fear takes her. The rest of you remaining in camp are left without any connection to the people who have left. No way to communicate with them. And beyond that, beyond your safe bubble that cannot house yourselves, Esmeralda, and all of the children, you hear the howl of wolves getting closer. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Great.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It's a cliffhanger for 2 weeks, motherfucker.
I
Have fun, Disney. Jeez.
Because I'm
Why
going
you
to Disney World.
Why are you so mean?
Because it's fun. And you say, hey, hurt me. And I'm like, okay, bet.
I mean,
It's
Of course
I
I
say
say
they
that.
hurt me because every time I've talked to Sly, it's been like, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me. I'm fragile.
Yeah. Well,
you're the highest hit points
I
in
am
the party.
so
No.
fragile.
That's what
No.
Sly says.
I realize you're fragile.
But
Suck
this
it
is
up.
also a horror game.
Mm-hmm.
Think,
I'm gonna say the highest hit points in the party is the cat.
okay, cats have 9
Right
lives.
now, the cat's not here.
The cat's out of the bag.
The
That's
cat's
true.
out the bag.
So we will be back, not next week, not the week after, the very end of November, and then we are on hiatus for December, as we do our 12 days of tabletop, or however many days it ends up being. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. It's at least 5 now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever it
At
ends
least
up being.
5.
At least 5. So, pay attention to our socials. You can get in on it by filling out our RPG consent form at tinyurl.com/vacplayer. And we're going to read somebody. So stick around. You can use those platinum pieces to help her into the party during our campaign plays on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And we'll see you when we see you. And I look forward to traumatizing you all again in 3 weeks.
Make it good, Affy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.